Hi there, Samantha. I'm recording this so that you can kind of get a feel for what Schoology is like, how to log in, some general pointers about what to do when you're in there, and that sort of thing. So the first place you start is at our website, at APS Online High School's website. You can see the address is right here, online.aurorak12.org, and the importance of logging in here is twofold. It's a special Schoology portal that we go to. So it's not just like www.schoology. That's not as secure as we would like it, so we've built a more secure one to keep your information more private. And then also, in case something goes wrong, we have the Contact Us page up here. So if you get used to going into it this way, if there's something going wrong with Schoology, because it's the internet, sometimes it is. Things don't work the way they should sometimes, but if something's going wrong, then you have numbers here to call. So here's me right here, right? So studies counseling, here's my number, here's my email. You can send me a text or call or email me. Any one of those is fine. All of us at APS Online carry around our phones with us at all times. So if you are trying to get a hold of us, we always have a phone available. Our email comes directly to our phones too. So the good point about that is that we should be accessible. That's the idea. Okay, so once you're on APS Online's website, you're going to go up here to Schoology. You're going to click on that. And that's going to take you to the Schoology page. And I kind of logged in as you, so you can see, so you can see here what you're going to see when you get in. This is the home page. The idea is that it looks like Facebook, and you already had an account, so your previous teacher might have already set you up in here, so this might kind of be redundant, but in any event, we're going to put everything in here that you need to know to succeed. So we'll start over at the beginning. Even if you already know it, you can kind of fast forward through this part maybe. So the home page here is where you land, and it's got announcements down the middle for any class you're in. You're only in one class right now, but if you were in other classes, there'd be announcements all over the place. In the upcoming section, this is where you would find assignments that are going to be due soon. You have a calendar here, which is the same thing. If you clicked on the calendar, you're going to see assignments due soon. You don't see anything yet since we're on winter break here, but when we get back from winter break, you'll see assignments pop up in the January window here. So you'll see assignments start popping up in there. In the upper right-hand corner, under your name is your profile, and this is how I know that you were already a student here, because you already had an account and you already had a profile. So I think you already know a little bit about that, but if you ever want to change something, you just click on your name and it'll bring up your profile and let you change things. There are a couple icons in the upper right-hand corner right next to your name. This one is a notifications icon. So this tells you if anything's changed in any of the classes you're a part of. So if you have an assignment that's graded, or if you have an announcement in a class, it'll appear right here. So if you click on that, you'll see just a running list of all the announcements. Some new replies to a discussion you're in, that sort of thing. This next icon is for people, and it's for connections and that sort of thing, kind of like how Facebook has you friending people, but most students don't use that because you're already in the classes with the people you know anyway. So this one's important though. This is the email icon. Excuse me. So when you click on the email icon, you have the option to make a new message, and this is how you would email any of your teachers. Your teacher, her name is Jilu, and you can just type in her name there. You can type in a last name. You can type in like my last name if you need to, right? And here's me. And then you just type in a subject and a message. You can attach things if you need to, including an audio recording. Like if you find it easier to explain like a problem rather than type it or show it, you can always just audio record yourself. And then you hit send. Piece of cake. Alright, so this is pretty much everything that you're going to do in the home screen. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to go up to courses. You're going to click on courses, and you have two of them up here right now, right? You can go to Chinese, and here is that um, sort of tutorial, introduction to how everything works. So if you need it, I'll show it to you real quick here. It's built in a series of folders, right? So it's a little bit about the learning management system, Schoology, and then about live sessions, about webinars, about office hours. You kind of already have had a little taste of a webinar, although it wasn't working like it should. Maybe that's because we're on break and they're messing around with some of the stuff in Adobe Connect. But every class has a webinar once a week, so you'll kind of see that once I get into Chinese here. And then communication is how to send emails and making sure that you're a good online communicator, which means that you have a nice salutation. You have like you sign off with hi, thanks. This is Samantha. Here's my phone number in case you need to reach me. That sort of stuff. So you may or may not already know that stuff. If you don't, take a look through here. They're really simple. Anybody with any computer skills, it only takes like an hour maybe to go through all of them. And let's go into Chinese. So each of the classes is built very similarly. So you could go into math and it'd be built the same way. But basically what you have is a similar kind of announcement page that we were just looking at in your main one, although this one is specific to this class. So this is only Chinese announcements. You can see that there. If we had upcoming assignments, they'd appear right there. In the bottom left-hand corner is some important information. One is on the instructor, right? So you can call Miss Liu if you need to. You can email her too if you want to. Her webinars are Tuesdays at 5:30. And then here's the link. So if we were to click on the link, we would go right to where you went earlier today to talk to me, although it would be with Miss Liu. The grade book, you click in, you're not going to have any grades, but you can click into here and you would see a running list of all of the grades that and all the assignments that the teachers assigned to you. So you could tell if you have missing assignments, you could tell what grades you got on each quiz, test, project, whatever the case may be. Although we can't see anything now, but eventually you're going to have hopefully all A's in this area. And then in materials is the other spot you're going to want to go. This is where all of the important content of the class is, right? So you have welcome and class information if you want to learn a little more about Miss Liu. You can click in here. This is another place to go for live sessions. You can click down here. You can click in there, either one. You could, there's a useful links page if you need to. So here's the lessons so far. She's put them all up here so that you can go in here and have them as resources in case you might need them later. And then the last folder in materials is an online vocab game. So, we have this in here just for fun, so you can help build skills, So here's all the vocab games. You saw me kind of going back and forth in terms of navigation. You basically have two ways to navigate. You can click on a folder, and then what you can do is, it's built in a series of folders, right? So here are, let's click on Contact Miss Liu, and then what you can see here is a little bit about Miss Liu, and then up here you can click back to go back to whatever you want to go to. If you click up here, it would go all the way out to the beginning where we started on the updates page, or you can just go back. The other way you navigate, let's get into another place here, is by clicking on this next button. You click on the next button and go to the next thing. Shocking, right? And it would just go down the list of things from top to bottom, right? And we would go on to the next, and next, and next, next. And then, if we wanted to go back, we would go previous, like that. So that's how to navigate in case you need to. When you're ready to turn something in, I was hoping that we would have something, but it doesn't look like we have any open assignments right now, but let me kind of show you. So here's my old psychology class, and I just wanted to show you this to kind of give you a taste of what it would look like when you're actually in a class. So since Chinese doesn't have any assignments up yet, this is kind of what it'll look like, right? You'll have some sort of essential question or like overarching idea, right? And then you'll have like a list. Here's work for week 1. You might have a video about it. You might have a discussion. So here's what a discussion looks like. You know, so like Nathan types, I respond, right? Sometimes, you know, like when Emma's talking here, you know, Daniel responds to her, I respond to Daniel, Ashley responds to me, right? And so we're all kind of talking just like it was an actual discussion, except for it takes place virtually. And then when you're ready to turn something in, if you were a student, you would click on the assignment, you'd get a sort of a brief description of the assignment, and instead of, I'm a teacher, so I see submissions here. If you were a student, you would see submit here. And then you would just click on submit, and then you have 2 choices. You can upload a document you've made, or a PowerPoint, or you know, whatever the case is. Or you could create something in the submission box itself. So if it's something short, like a paragraph or a sentence or 2 responses, then you can just type right into the box. There's a little typing feature available. Or you could, you know, if it's something longer, like an essay, like a project, then you can upload something into it. And then you just hit upload, and it would show that you uploaded it at a particular time and day. So before we go, one thing that I wanted to talk about was attendance. We take attendance at noon every day, which means you may or may not have logged in before noon every day, right? We take attendance by clicking on courses and then clicking on whatever the course is, right? So say we're going to click on this one. Pardon me again. This is counting you as present for the day if you're logging into a class like this. But like I said, you may not be in before noon. So if you're not going to be in before noon, log in the night before. That will count for the day after. Okay, so if you log in the afternoon, you know, like between 1 and 4, 5, 6, all the way through midnight, that's going to count for the next day. So if you can't make it in by noon, I don't know when your free period is, you know, when you're allowed to go to the library, but if it's not before noon, then make sure that you log in the night before, and that'll count for the next day, because then the teacher will see that you logged in between when she took attendance last time at noon and then the next time. You know, we have like a 24-hour attendance window, so if it's afternoon on, say, a Monday, so if you log in on Monday at 3, it's going to count for Tuesday. And then you just log in, you know, the day before every time, and then you will have perfect attendance. If you have questions about any of this, make sure to contact me. Hopefully you have my number, but in case you don't, my cell phone number is 720-475-0775. I'm going to type it down here too, in case we have strange sounds or anything. That's my cell phone, so make sure that you contact me if you need to. Email's fine, texting or calling is fine too. So Samantha, I hope everything goes well, and you know, if you ever need me, just let me know. All right, thanks a lot, and good luck to this year.